A robbery suspect is dead after a late-night robbery.
Back and shot an intruder breaking into her home.
911, what is your emergency?
A citizen, just like a police officer, have the right to defend themselves or defend others if they're in fear of death or serious bodily injury, and that right extends to using deadly force.
First, I'd have never dreamed that anybody would come in my house while I'm home. I would have never thought of an invasion of my house.
If you can't feel safe in your own home, where can you feel safe?
I heard that, wow, I knew something really, really bad was going on.
I was frozen with fear. I didn't know what to do, really.
I just knew something had to be done. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I made that one step. There he was. I was born in Juliet, Georgia in 1941. I've lived here all my life, and I've had very fond memories of just growing up in an area that I could fish and hunt, enjoy life that was around me.
My mom and dad, they worked there in the village. Just about everybody in the village worked at that cotton mill. It was a good life. I always kind of liked him a little bit because he rode through the village over there on his motorcycle and stuff. But I never really thought I would get to date him when I grew up, you know. I was actually in a car accident after a football game one night, and he and his parents came along and helped us.
We've been married for 50 years now.
We've had a really good life together.
The love of my life. That's 50 years of it. I don't regret a day of it.
We have 3 children, Tony and Terry and Libby, 5 grandchildren. They're all close by and we get to see each other a lot, so that's nice.
My daddy worked at the cotton mill and the grits mill, and after '54, he had property on Highway 87 and he built Bowden's Grocery. And from that, we have been successful for 53 years. And been some good years and bad years, but I'm real proud that I still own the business. My oldest daughter has helped me at the store. My young daughter helps, and my son, me and him run it together as partners. I'm very proud to have him here with me. I sure am.
I've been helping out in the store since I was old enough to reach the cash register. It's just a family thing, and everybody helped out all the time. Later on, after a few years of college, our store burned down, and I came back to help my family get the business going again, and it just turned into a full-time thing.
In '83, the old store burned down, and from that we rebuilt exactly where it was and about exactly like the old store was. I enjoy getting up and going to work. I always have. I'd say I've seen the sun rise every day. I've seen it rise every day in my life to go to work.
We've known everybody. It's probably 3 or 4 generations, you know, come in.
People in Juliet have always been good to us, very good.
We've been blessed all these years, so it's a lot to be thankful for.
I've always toted 3 guns, a double-barrel shotgun, a .45 automatic, and a pistol. One of my employees always has come to my house to make sure I get in safe. They close up at 8 o'clock. As a rule, we out of the store within probably 10 minutes. I'll get my briefcase, which I bring most of my daily work. We came out the back door, which my dog, we put him on the truck. Just come right on up the road, and we got in, I backed in as usual, and I always come in the house first, and then my wife comes in second. My double barrel, I laid on my dining room table, and I turned my burglar alarm off, and my .45 automatic I put on top of the refrigerator. I had a little .22 Magnum.
He brought the dog through, you know. He puts him on the patio, and then he came back in, and we both sat down in there, you know, like we normally do.
As a daily thing, my wife would be in the kitchen fixing supper.
I think my leg was hurting that night, so I didn't get up and go to the kitchen and cook. I usually do.
American Idol was on, and we watched maybe 25 or 30 minutes of it, and I had enough of it.
Shortly after that, he went to check up in his room.
Every night I always go in and check up my daily records. I go down the hall to my little office. Open my briefcase, I would say less than 2 minutes. After I left from in there, wham! Linda! Every night I always go in and check up my daily records. Open my briefcase, I would say less than 2 minutes. After I left from in there, wham! Linda! I knew something bad wrong.
It really scared me, but I couldn't make myself get up.
Linda! She didn't say anything, and that's when I got the gun out of my pocket.
I couldn't answer him, everything was kind of froze.
Somebody was in the house, so I walked down that hall with this .22 caliber pistol. It's the only one I had left on me. And I never said another word. Everything was so quiet, and it worried me because Linda didn't say anything. And there he was. He had a sawed-off shotgun. You could see the barrel. I mean, I didn't hesitate. And he hit the floor, and I thought I had it. I would not move because I didn't know whether there was someone else in my house, whether he was dead. So I waited, it seemed like forever before we said anything. Linda. I said, Linda. They're trying to kill us. I said, they're trying to kill us. And I said, get up. You got the phone, get up. I got you covered.
I got up then and walked toward him and called 911.
I was glad to see her.
Tony. And then I called our son, Tony.
I got a call from my mom, and she was talking in a real low voice, and she was very scared, and she said, Tony, they're shooting in the house. Someone's in the house, and they're shooting. And I grabbed my guns and hopped in my truck and came up here as fast as I could. I started to the kitchen door, and I thought, well, wait a minute, my dad could mistake me for someone. So I turned around and came to the front door and told him who I was.
I ain't scared, but I wasn't gonna move until I had the coast clear.
I think we were both just in a state of shock.
That was a relief to see him come in the door and then see the officers. That was a real relief.
He said, there's someone in the house. I think I got one of them. We started immediately looking outside the kitchen door, trying to see if someone was still out there. We checked the house real good, and the Monroe County Sheriff's Department was really good.
But we couldn't find it.
Evidently, the guy just tripped and fell and stumbled all over. He had left the kitchen door open and ran.
The intruder was watching from the back side of my father's house. We found his footprints out there, the same footprints that kicked the door in. They had the same dirt on it, so the investigator said. And they did find a hair that could be matched to something at future dates.
All of our friends came in immediately, and our children. I appreciated that.
Community looks out for each other. That's a known fact. They sure do. The sheriff department was real good to me. Deputy stayed all night. I believe he knew my routine real, real good. And I believe that light was the key, and Linda was supposed to be in the kitchen. I really believe that. She would have been the hostage. Whatever he wanted, I'd have to give up everything. And him toting a shotgun, I believe he'd have killed both of us if he could have. Mean people, they're out there. They are out there. After something like that happens, you are scared. You know, of course mine ended up right, but it could end up the other way too. Scary, very scary.
It takes a long time to get over something like that. You know, you keep reliving over and over. I hope maybe other people will be prepared a little if something like that happened to them.
In your home or in your business, as violent as things are today, you better have something to hope you can come out of it alive. I don't want to kill nobody, but I don't want nobody to kill me or my family either. I wouldn't harm a soul in this world. I'd give you the shirt off my back, but you ain't gonna take it off my back. I kept opening up at 6, closing at 8.
I'm sure that night really affected my dad, but he never let on to it. It seemed like he just upped security.
I've always felt like Marvin protected me, you know, and that's a good feeling, really.
I love my whole family, I really do. My wife does too. Do anything in the world for them.
We were really blessed, and I'm real thankful that everything turned out the way it did.
But everything just worked like the good Lord took a hand and took care of our lives. That's the way I see it. I sure do.